My name is Justine and I'm a survivor of an out-of-hospital sudden cardiac arrest. So on the 22nd of July 2020, that's the day that I suffered my cardiac arrest. Victoria was in lockdown, so I had my two children home with me because they were homeschooling at the time. It was around 11:30 in the morning and my daughter was making something nice for her brother because it was his 16th birthday that particular day. However, she wanted to come and ask me a question, so she came up to my room where I was, and that's where she found me on the floor unresponsive. She alerted her brother and the two of them called 000. My son had to perform CPR for 7 minutes until emergency services arrived. Once they arrived, they took over care. I was intubated, I was defibrillated 8 times within the first 35 minutes, and at that 35-minute mark, they had to make a decision on whether or not they would continue treatment. Due to the fact that I was young, healthy, I had 2 children, and I was showing signs of life, they decided to continue treatment. Then 93 minutes later, we arrived at the Frankston Hospital. It was when they were transferring me from the ambulance trolley to the hospital bed, my heart started beating in a normal rhythm again. A story that I was told by a dear friend of mine months later was that when I was in the cath lab, she was actually working that particular day. And when I first came in, she didn't realise it was me because as far as she's concerned, it's just another patient who needs emergency care to help keep them alive. When she realised it was me, she came over to me and got down and whispered in my ear, "I don't care what you're doing, but you are not going anywhere. You've got your 2 beautiful children who need you. You need to be here, like you're staying here." So since the event, I've lost a month's worth of memory, 2 weeks before and 2 weeks after the event. So a lot of that time of things that have happened, it's all come from family and friends. So for me, I have no relation with the cardiac arrest event. However, when I see the effects that it's had on my children, other family members and friends, when I see their reaction, that's what I really find upsetting, and that for me is a big driver of why I now do what I do. This experience for me has changed my life in regards to it's opened my eyes to how little we all know, me included, about cardiac arrest. It's made me want to educate others so that they and their families, such as their children in particular, don't experience what me and my family have. So for me, that's bringing awareness through education about sudden cardiac arrest so that no one else experiences a trauma that we've experienced as a family. For anyone considering supporting the Baker Institute, I highly recommend you do. The world-class research that they're currently doing, the impact it's going to have on loved ones, not just short-term but also long-term, is going to have such a positive benefit on your family and your local community.